Together we breathe. Breathing and dropping the shoulders. Breathing deeply into the diaphragm. Letting go of the personality. Letting go of thought. Returning home to the ground of all awareness, the quantum field, the nothingness, source, the all infinite intelligence. By many names it is known. It is simply all that is. Breathe. As you breathe, exhale intentionally the old stale air at the bottom of the diaphragm by fully exhaling. Deep breath in and long, complete, full exhale. And again. And now, focus on the feet. You are pure awareness, far beyond the body. You have a body. You are not the body. Your dwelling place is far beyond the body. As a soul, your pinky toe is in a body. Your whole soul can never fit into a body. And place awareness at the feet. And see the chakras in the feet spinning, whirling. Light, waking up the light body, becoming more aware of the light body than the physical body. Seeing spirit realm as the reality. Energy centers, vortices of light, power, swirling in the feet. Emanating far beyond the feet. Empowering forward movement, especially when it's scary. Powering forward movement. Breathing deeply. Draw the awareness up to the knees. Spinning vortices of light at the knees. swirling, correcting the knees and the body temple, swirling vortices of light, power, enabling forward movement, powering forward. These spinning vortices of light, see them clearly, emanating far beyond the knees. Bright swirls of energy. You are an energy being. These bright swirls of energy, swirling, swirling, swirling. Correcting and aligning, lifting the body temple into a higher vibration of pure love and light, correcting all cells, and the information is divine information of perfection and youth, flexibility, happiness, divine perfection according to the divine blueprint, drawing awareness up to the hips. Seeing the chakras spinning, spinning, spinning. Great vast vortices of light centered in the hips and emanating far beyond. Aligning the hips with divine mind. Clearing, correcting, drawing awareness up to the shoulders. Spinning vortices of light, energy centers in the shoulders, waking up the light body, activating the light body, becoming more aware of the light body than the physical body. The physical body is a representation of mind. And as we meditate, we install in the subconscious mind the ideas and the knowing of perfect alignment with source, health, happiness, youthfulness, sexiness, vitality, flexibility, health, perfect health, installed in the subconscious mind as current truths and current realities. Drawing awareness now to the elbows. Swirling vortices of light. Energy centers powering the elbows. Smooth movement, flexibility, perfection, holiness. Bringing awareness to the wrists. Great vast vortices of light in the wrists. Powering perfect movement. Free flow of energy unimpeded. Light body being activated. Awareness of the light body intensifying. Bringing awareness to the palms. Great centers of love, power, light, energy centered in the palms of the hands for healing, for loving, for tending, for creating. The hands, holy, blessed and holy, full of power and energy to build, to create, to deliver, to effect powerful magic. Bringing awareness to the ankles, waking up the chakras in the ankles, first thing in the morning, swirling vortices of light in the ankles. Feel the tingle in the body temple, signaling the connection with divine mind. Body a perfect reflection of a perfect source. Bring awareness to the neck, where your head meets your spine. And a vast energy center here. Shining brilliantly far beyond the body temple. Breathe and become aware of hundreds of chakra systems, chakras, energy points in the system. Breathe and become aware. You are all lit up from divine realms. The information holding your body together is perfect information sourced from divine mind. Breathe and see the light body all lit up and seeing energy points throughout the body. There's 7 major chakras. The chakra between your feet, the earth chakra. 4 chakras above your head. Chakras at all of your organs. See yourself all lit up. Energy body, happy, perfect. And our mantra is, I am that I am. And as you intone the mantra in your own cadence, at your own pace, kegel the muscles at the groin in harmony with the chant. Rising Kundalini energy, circulating Kundalini energy, pumping, pumping, pumping energy up the spine to the third eye, and it circles down and up again, a continuous stream of energy. And we enjoy a deep breath. And begin. I am that I am. 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 And faster. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, I am, 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 that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. Breathing deeply. High vibration. The only frequencies emanating from the being are the frequencies of love and related energies: peace, joy, bliss, beauty, euphoria, perfection, divine perfection, beauty, grace, serenity, tranquility, happiness, abundance, wealth, prosperity, ease, elegance, grace, grace, grace. As you engage the third dimension today, remember the light body. Stay in the light body. Stay on the throne of divinity within. Crown on the head. Stay in one's chosen vibrations. Choose your vibration now and stay in it. Is it love? Is it bliss? Is it perfect peace? Is it power, strength? Is it confidence? Is it knowing? Is it certainty? Choose your vibrations now and stay there, regardless of the temptations on the third dimension. Choose your vibration and stay there. A master chooses one's own vibration and stays there. A master is not moved by appearances in the third dimension. After having chosen your vibrations, setting a powerful intention for the day, before opening your eyes, look down first and slowly, gently, never shocking yourself back into the third dimension, never abruptly changing your awareness, gently. There's no need to rush. Breathe deeply. Drop your chin to your chest. Roll your head around once to the right. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Roll your head around to the left. Slowly, 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 slowly. Giving a beautiful stretch in the neck. And roll your eyes around to the right. Look up, all the way up. Exercise the eyes. Roll the eyes slowly around to the right. And then roll your eyes slowly around to the left. Look up, look down. Eyeballs all the way right. Eyeballs all the way left. Your eye appreciates exercise. Tune the eye muscles. And we are ready. A Course in Miracles. Lesson 44. 44 being a master number. We enter mastery of what? The mind. We understand that we are in a 365-day curriculum. Day 44. Our mantra for the year: an untrained mind can accomplish nothing. Today's lesson: God is the light in which I see. Here we are hearing that God is a light. Say it to yourself. God is the light in which I see. God is the light in which I see. God is the light in which I see. And this would be accurate according to quantum physics. We understand that the universe is filled with energy, light, and we also know that from this light, from this field, quantum field, all emerges. Today, we are continuing the idea for yesterday, adding another dimension to it. You cannot see in darkness, and you cannot make light. We can't make light. We don't have to make light. It's already been made. You can make darkness and then think you see in it, but light reflects life and is therefore an aspect of creation. Creation and darkness cannot coexist. Light is creation and creation is light. Therefore, creation and darkness cannot coexist, but light and life must go together, being but different aspects of creation. Light and life go together. This is why we activate the light body. Light and life go together. In order to see, you must recognize that light is within, not without. Light is within, not without. Tell yourself, light is within, not without. Light is within, not without. Light is within, not without. Light is within. So you close your eyes and you go into the portal that is the heart and you enter the dimension of light, also known as the kingdom of heaven. You do not see outside yourself, nor is the equipment for seeing outside you. Wow. You do not see outside yourself. So when we're looking outside ourselves, all we have is perception, nor is the equipment for seeing outside you. An essential part of this equipment is the light that makes seeing possible. Light, I can only see in the light, and God is the light in which I see. It is with you always, making vision possible in every circumstance. In every circumstance, I can break myself free from my perceptions, what I perceive going around me, and any second I can set myself free by turning within and going to the light. Because God is the light in which I see. God is the light in which I see. Tell yourself, God is the light in which I see. See, you believe it when you say it. You don't believe it when I say it. Today, we're going to attempt to reach that light. Woo, I can hardly wait. We love that light. So to attempt to go into that light today, lovely. The more often we go into light, the better. For this purpose, we will use a form of exercise which has been suggested before and which we will utilize increasingly. It is a particularly difficult form for the undisciplined mind and represents a major goal of mind training because the undisciplined mind is a problem. It requires precisely what the untrained mind lacks. Yet this training must be accomplished if you are to see. So remember, in order to see, we must take dominion of the mind, all levels of the mind. Have at least 3 practice periods today, each lasting 3 to 5 minutes. A longer time is highly recommended, but only if you find the time slipping by with little or no sense of strain. If the time is just slipping by and you're flowing and you're enjoying it, go longer than 5 minutes. The form of practice we will use today is the most natural and easy one in the world for the trained mind, just as it seems to be the most unnatural and difficult for the untrained mind. It's very easy and simple and even natural for the trained mind. For the untrained mind, it's going to be a challenge. It says that it would be unnatural and difficult. Your mind is no longer wholly untrained. You have been here for 44 days. And even if you are new, brand new here today, welcome. You are still day 44, you are still in the energy current of all the souls who have been here from day one. Jump in the river. Jump in the river. You are quite ready to learn the form of exercise we will use today. But you may find that you will encounter strong resistance. The reason is very simple. While you practice in this way, you leave behind everything that you now believe, and all the thoughts that you have made up. These are the things that humans don't like to do. When I deconstructed my entire belief house, I had to take a smashing wrecking ball to it and smash my whole belief house. And I said, I don't know if anything they taught me is so. Jesus is the Savior. Adam and Eve. Elijah. Man swallowed by a whale. A man with boils all over. He had 10 kids, 10 sons, and 10 daughters. They all died. Then he got 10 sons and 10 daughters. Again, I don't know. Revelation is a 7-headed beast. I don't know if any of that's true. There's one thing I know. God is love. I smashed everything else. I was wafting in space. No mooring. And it was terrifying to the lower mind, and the soul was soaring. I smashed my house of beliefs. Oh, it was carefully constructed over many decades, 26 years of fundamentalist Christianity. There was absolutely a big brick belief house. You have to smash it. You have to smash your own creation. You have to kill your darling. As we say in writing, you have to kill your darlings. Your beautiful writing that you wrote, you have to kill it and create something even better. Well, here we're smashing the belief house. Whew, that's what most humans don't want to do because we believe our beliefs. When you leave behind everything that you now believe and all the thoughts that you have made up, properly speaking, this is the release from hell. The release from hell is leaving behind everything that I made up and all the beliefs that I have. That's my release from hell. Yet perceived through the ego's eyes, it is loss of identity and a descent into hell. That's what the ego will make up. Oh my God, if I'm not a Black woman, who am I? I have no identity. Oh my God, this is horrible. Because all my life I was Black woman. Power, Black power, yay, put on an afro. Yeah, I wore the afro, absolutely. And I had to go beyond it. Oh, it serves me on the third dimension. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. I love it. I love being a Black woman. It's lovely. That's not all of who I am. It's not the truth of my divine infinite being. You can't even see my divine infinite being. My divine infinite being, your divine infinite being, one with all, cannot even be perceived in the third dimension, where these other things are being perceived. This is a matrix, a simulation. Or as Nassim Haramein would call it, a hologram. We have many ways of stating the truth. The Course says that it's not the real world. There's the real world and the unreal world. That's what the Course calls it. You're going to the real world. In the unreal world, bad things happen. In the real world, it's perfection. In the unreal world, people look like they're dying, getting sick. In the real world, there's no such thing as death. is infinite energy. Energy, so much energy in this whole universe. And it's just quantum, it's morphing into something and morphing out and morphing into something. And now we can even observe it. It's morphing into this form and then it morphs out. And then it morphs into another form and it morphs out. That's the dynamic play of this whole thing that we call the universe. So in the Christian paradigm, we have a word for it. We call it heaven and hell, which are states of consciousness, not locales. Hell is being caught up in the third dimension and completely engulfed in the third dimension with no idea of divinity, of our spiritual nature, of the energetic nature of the universe. It's caught up in the third dimension, represented in the tarot card, if I might bring the deck over, represented very aptly in the tarot card as the devil. Let's pull it up and get a visual. Complete absorption, completely subsumed in the third dimension. That is the devil. 5 senses, that's all we know is the 5 senses. There we have it. It's a pentacle, 5-pointed star, pointing down. And what does it mean? It means the 5 senses stuck to the third dimension. How do you get out? That's what we're talking about now. Meditation and truth. To touch the infinite field. So in the course, it calls it the unreal world and the real world. In Christian paradigm, we call it metaphysical Christian paradigm, we call it heaven and hell, or the kingdom of heaven. In the matrix, entertainment, we call it in the matrix, or you're free in Zion. In the Elon Musk terminology, he calls this a simulation. And Nassim Haramein, who teaches us profound teachings, calls this a hologram. This is a holographic universe. And if we go even further, we must draw the line, connect the dots, and spirituality connect the dots and see everyone saying the same thing, no need to fight. If we go to our book, that is the Toltec wisdom book called The 4 Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz, we know that in that he calls it Maya, the dream world. The Toltecs call it the dream world and the real world. And of course, the Buddhists also call it, or I believe it's the Hindus or the Buddhists call it Maya, is the smoke and mist. And you're going above that, okay? So properly speaking, this is the release from hell, yet perceived through the ego's eyes, it is loss of identity and a descent into hell. If you can stand aside from the ego by ever so little, just stand aside just a tiny bit, just move a little bit, like Beyonce said, to the left, everything you own in a box to the left, just move to the left a little bit, leave the ego standing right there, just a tiny bit. You have no difficulty in recognizing that its opposition and its fears are meaningless. Wow. It's fighting people for no reason. It's opposing every damn thing. It's againstness. It's separation. And if you have separation, you have to have fighting. You have to have jealousy, insecurity. Wow. Okay. Why would I want to live my life from that? You might find it helpful to remind yourself from time to time that to reach light is to escape from darkness. To reach light is to escape from darkness, because God is the light in which I see. Whatever you may believe to the contrary, God is the light in which you see. You are attempting to reach him. You are returning to the quantum field source and leaving behind images that are not real. And we can tell they're not real because they keep changing. And what's real does not change. Begin the practice period by repeating today's idea with your eyes open. God is the light in which I see. Say it to yourself. God is the light in which I see. And close them slowly. repeating the idea several times more, then try to sink into your mind, letting go every kind of interference and intrusion by quietly sinking past them. You're just going to sink down into your mind, immerse in the pool of awareness. It is going to immerse beyond all the thoughts, just past all the little thoughts. Your mind cannot be stopped in this unless you choose to stop it. You can't be stopped unless you choose to stop yourself. You can't be stopped. It is merely taking its natural courses. Your natural course is pure awareness. You're simply returning to pure awareness. This is the most natural thing in the world. Incessant thinking is not natural. It's a habit that we can let go of. Try to observe your passing thoughts without involvement and slip quietly by them. Just slip by them. You may see them, slip by them, and just fall back into the pool of consciousness. That's what I do sometimes. I just fall into the pool of consciousness and nothing can stop you. While no particular approach is advocated for this form of exercise, what is needful is a sense of the importance of what you are doing. This is very important. You are taking a huge step in your mind dominion. It's inestimable value to you. This exercise, these 3 exercises today are of inestimable value to you and an awareness that you are attempting something very holy. We have already installed many truths in consciousness that you are very holy, and you are now returning to the field of absolute holiness. This is as natural as walking in the 3rd dimension. It's as natural as breathing. Let's say that, because not everyone walks on the 3rd dimension. It's as natural as breathing. If you're on this 3rd dimension, you're probably breathing somehow. Salvation is your happiest accomplishment. To free your mind, salvation is your happiest accomplishment. Tell yourself that. It is also the only one that has any meaning, because it is the only one that has any real use to you at all. To free your mind is the only thing that has any real use to you in this world and the worlds beyond. Salvation, to free ourselves. Wow. And it is your job to free yourself. If resistance rises in any form, pause long enough to repeat today's idea. Pause. I take a nice drag on some good ass Prada, baby. I pause and take a drag, take a nice long drag. Get that holy breath going. And then the idea again, God is the light in which I see. Pattern interrupt. Okay? If resistance rises, pause. Breathe. Keeping your eyes closed unless you are aware of fear. In that case, you will probably find it more reassuring to open your eyes briefly. If fear comes up, oh my God, I'm losing my identity. Oh my God, I'm letting go of all my beliefs. Who am I? I don't know anything anymore. Good. If fear arises, pardon me, if fear arises, try, however, to return to the exercises with eyes closed as soon as possible, because what we are doing is you're training your mind to return to the infinite field of pure awareness. Dr. Joe Dispenza calls it the 0 point field, yes? Well, Dr. Hewlin Haleakala, when he was in this world, he called it the 0 point field. Dr. Joe Dispenza calls it the quantum. Yes, the Bible and holy books call it God, because of course this is source. All things emerge from this field of infinite intelligence. It's not a person. This whole idea we grew up with, it's a very kindergarten idea. There's a person in the sky and he's white and he's got a long white beard and he's got this white flowing robes and he doesn't even have a wife, but he's got a kid. I don't know. It's a bizarre story. Throw that story away. It was a good story when we were children. Just like Santa Claus. Didn't we want to believe there was a big fat jolly man coming around doing all this good? And that's a wonderful thing. It makes you feel so comforted when you're a little baby and a little kid. When you grow up, you no longer, as the course calls it, play with sharp-edged children's toys. Because these ideas are not benign. These ideas are not benign. This whole idea of a God somewhere up in the sky is going to judge you, and he has a book. That's not a benign idea. Get rid of that idea. It was very difficult for me to get rid of that idea because I was so attached to God. God. And for a while, I became an atheist because I'm like, there ain't no fucking God. We made this up. There's no big dude in the sky. No sky gods. And as I traveled through the atheist realm, I was like, well, that's not it because there's too many things I certainly can't explain. No, that's not it for me. Now, for other people, it could perfectly well be it. It wasn't it for me because I knew there was something way beyond all this. And I knew there was something really smart happening, making a lot of things happen. And there are a lot of things that I certainly could not explain, certainly can't explain. Yet quantum physics does help us. Yet there's a whole lot of things in this universe we cannot explain. And I knew that the Big Bang was the equivalent, and the universe appearing out of a Big Bang and continuing in perfection according to law would be the equivalent of a bomb going off. As I read in a book, it would be the equivalent, if we believe the Big Bang created order, would be equivalent to a bomb going off in a warehouse, and after the dust cleared, you had a perfectly assembled rocket. We know that's not going to happen. A big explosion does not create order. So that didn't explain it for me. There's more. There's so much more. We know what to do now if resistance arises. In that case, we'll probably find it more reassuring. So we know that we'll open our eyes briefly, and then we'll return to the exercises with eyes closed so that we can be in the field. The more you hang out in pure awareness, the more you're there, because it's your true nature, it is you, the more natural it becomes. If you are doing the exercises correctly, you should experience some sense of relaxation and even a feeling that you are approaching, if not actually entering into light. This is why we do our meditations every morning, because every morning we enter into light. In case you forgot during the night, you wake up and you remind yourself that you are of the light, and you are in the light, and God is the light in which I see. Try to think of light, formless and without limit. As you pass by the thoughts of this world, you're passing by the thoughts of who you believe you are, who you believe your family is, who you believe everybody else is. You're passing by all those thoughts. And do not forget that they cannot hold you to the world unless you give them the power to do so. You are giving everything all the power that it has. We've covered that lesson too, yes. We are prepared. We have been prepared for 44 days for today. We have been prepared. And we already know. We covered the idea for the day. We walked around for the whole day with the idea that I have given everything I see all the meaning that it has for me. So that means that includes thoughts. So if I think a thought has the power to hold me, that means I gave the thought the power to hold me. Nothing can hold you. Nothing can hold you. You're an infinite, immortal, supernatural, multidimensional, cosmic being. What could hold you? What could stop you? Throughout the day, repeat the idea often, with eyes open or closed, as seems better to you at the time. But do not forget, above all, be determined not to forget. Remember, forgetfulness is just another way of I don't really want to do it. Let's begin our first exercise together as we always do. You're going to do it 3 times today. Is that what the course said? Let's see. Let's look at our instructions because I'm very good at following instructions. Don't make ish up. Follow the instructions. 3. I held up 2 fingers. 3 practice periods today, each lasting 3 to 5 minutes. Let's begin our first one right now. We'll set our chimes. And we begin. God is the light, in which I see. And our chimes signal that we have successfully completed our practice period number 1. 2 more to go today. 1 midday, 3 to 5 minutes, and 1 before going to bed, 3 to 5 minutes. That is our Course in Miracles lesson 44. The floor is open. As usual, every day we are on Clubhouse and Facebook and YouTube. We're on two YouTube channels, Reverend Valerie Love YouTube channel, Valerie Love Kaisi YouTube channel, Christian Witches YouTube channel. If you are not connected to those YouTube channels, please do subscribe, if you desire to turn on the notifications so you know when we go live, if you desire. If not, set your own chimes and show up every day and engage. Remember, we're not going for millions of followers all over the world. The intention is billions of engagers, engagements all over the world. Comment, like, share, add your energy to this global transformation movement of many souls all over the globe awakening. Join us on Clubhouse. And if you're in Clubhouse, tap that little green icon at the top of the room. And be sure to join the Christian Witches Club and look all around in the room and follow anyone in the room. Connect with, don't follow people, be a leader. Connect with anyone in the room you like to connect with. Tap, and the button says follow. What we would call it is connect. Okay, connect with anyone that you see. All right, floor is open. Let's begin. What we talking about today, family? How you love it? Good morning.
Good morning, Rev. Good morning, room. Good morning, love tubers. Good morning, Dr. Tatea. So today, lesson 44. God is the light in which I see. In order to see, you must recognize the light within and not without. So today we attempt to reach that light. Your mind is no longer wholly untrained. You've had 44 lessons. You're ready to learn. So if you've been practicing with us and doing these lessons daily, jump up on this stage and let's hear it. Okay? We have Lady Princess.
Good morning.
This lesson was very, very coincidental because I was doing my assignment of the Plato's Cave allegory for my humanities class.
Yummy.
I don't know if everyone's familiar with the cave allegory.
Oh my God, I love Plato's Cave. I just said yummy while you were speaking. Go on.
Yeah, so it was talking, I knew about it in high school, but I never put much thought into it. But as I looked at it in college, it was saying that there were prisoners from birth in a cave. They were chained up, and they could not move, and all they could see was the wall and the shadows from the fire that was behind them. And they'd only, like, if they saw a horse in a cart, all they saw was a shadow of the horse. So all they knew was the shadows in the cave. And one of them escaped, and he decided, it was too bright for him at first, but he saw lakes and rivers and everything. He's like, wow. So everything was the shadow. None of these things were real. What's real is the physical things, like the trees and the birds, and the sun is what was giving these shadows off. And when he tried to share with his fellow prisoners in the cave, they did not believe him. They told him, get out of here. This is what I've been seeing my whole life. And it made me think, because like sometimes I used to just see things a certain way the whole time. I didn't want to listen to anybody when they tried to explain to me that it could be a different way. And to be honest, I'm hurting people still, because I've been putting my journey on pause and just holding my emotions in instead of like sharing with people that care about me. Like I've gotten some breakthroughs, but sometimes I feel as though I'm still holding on to things, and I am complete.
Okay. Have you gotten the book Existential Kink yet by Dr. Cal?
It's in my cart. It's in my cart.
Okay. Existential Kink by Carolyn Elliott, PhD, one of my favorite witches in the whole world, by the way, who actually flies through the air in a broom. That's what she said. She can fly on brooms. She can do a lot of things. I mean, I have seen her create all manner of mayhem, magic, which mayhem is magic, and magic is mayhem, all manner of magic. Wow, she has created so much magic. As a matter of fact, I want to bring her up on screen share because this is what you must know. You must know Carolyn Elliott. And when you get the book, Existential Kink, Carolyn Elliott, author, here she is right here. Let's go to her website. Carolyn Elliott created such an amazing relationship. Look at her with the little baby. It's just, there's her book, Existential Kink. This is an incredible being on the planet. Carolyn Elliott, PhD. She also is the founder of Bad. I'm thinking of Black Witch, y'all. Bad Witches. Badwitch.es. Badwitch.es, not .com, badwitch.es. This is Carolyn Elliott's witch blog. It is so freaking good. It is so good. Ooh, how to be unfuckwithable. I gotta read that one. It is so good. I just love, 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 love her. Ooh, 7 ways all mothers are witches. I love that. So, and a lot of people, a lot of witches all over the world contribute to this blog. Now, Carolyn Elliott, in her book Existential Kink, lets us know that the reason that we do these things is because somewhere in our soul, not in our soul, let me be clear, in the unconscious, we still want it. So that book is going to be profound for you, like Princess, because if you see yourself still doing the thing, it means you still want the thing. And all we must do now is deal with the aspect of self that wants this thing, right? That wants this thing. Deal with that aspect of self that wants this thing. Because that's the aspect of self that holds something in place, even if it's undesirable. Because on some level, we want it. Okay? On some level, we want it. All right. Who's next?
Good morning. Peace and blessings to all.
Good morning. Hey, Journey. How you loving?
So glad to be present. Yesterday, I wasn't able to come into the room. I had an appointment that didn't allow for cell phones. Immediately, I could feel myself getting frustrated and my temperature rising. Being denied access to something I believe was my right. I want to say, if anyone is having problems with meditation or manifestation or just dealing with these earthly issues every day, Reverend Valerie Love has a book called The Magical Prayers for the Christian Witch. It has become my sanctuary. I take it everywhere I go. When Spirit wakes me up at 3 a.m., that is the book I reach for. And it taught me how to meditate with more ease and ground me in a state of elevation for longer periods of time than I've been able to reach on my own. So thank you, Reverend. I'm grateful for that book. It is amazing. The prayers are so relatable and so nourishing, especially for an old soul like me. So thank you. Glad to be in the room with every one of you ladies. You're beautiful, beautiful. And I am complete. The most profound lesson that I've found so far is I choose to see peace in everything I see.
That is my go-to mantra throughout the day, every day. It has surely kept me aligned. I am complete.
Ashe, Ashe, I love it. I have a question. Is your review on the book yet? Could you leave us a review on Amazon?
I will go and immediately follow the class, and I will leave a fabulous review. Definitely should have done it before, but yes, I will review. I have more than one of your books, so I will put reviews in today.
Oh, thank you so much, Journey. I am so happy these prayers serve. People really seem to love this book, and these prayers are prayers that are, because sometimes people say, well, I don't really know what to say. I don't have the words, and I got to preponderance of words. I got words, right? That's my gifting is the word. So when you don't have a prayer, let's say, right, for the new moon in Aries, or you don't have a prayer for full moon in Aquarius, or you don't have a prayer for the winter solstice, or you don't have a prayer for the spring equinox, or you don't have a, or there's some Psalms prayers in there, issue specific prayers. You want an abundance prayer. It has tons of prayers in there. And then the prayers also have the essential oil correspondences and the tarot cards.
Amazing. Amazing. It's a complete guidance all in one place. And when you just don't have the words to come from your mouth, but you feel them in your spirit, it starts you off, and then you just take off on your own.
I love it. Oh, I love it. And if you are a member of the channel, and that is a channel on YouTube, the Valerie Love channel. If you are a member of the Valerie Love Kaisi channel on YouTube, you receive this book as a gift. Please know, all channel members, only $4.99 per month. I hope you are taking advantage of all of those books and working them for $4.99 a month. Thank you to all our beautiful members who support this channel and growing this word all around the world, and all our beautiful super chatters and all our beautiful people, beautiful souls, amazing souls, sisters, brothers, and others, not just sisters, right? We have goddesses and gods, and those who, whatever you are, whomever you are, you're welcome. Well, if you have any of the books, please, reviews help people. And review basically says, hey, this is what I got from this book. Not, oh, this book is great, fantastic. That's helpful. What would be even more helpful is to say, this is something I got from this book, or this is how this book changed me, or this is what I am using from this book. Please, reviews. And here's why it is critical, family. It's not optional. You might say, oh, well, I'll leave a review if I feel like it. No, it's critical that you leave a review. No, you know why? Because I'm going to take you to Confessions of a Christian, not Confessions of a Christian Witch. I'm going to take you to How to Be a Christian Witch. And here you will see people that have left reviews that are 1-star reviews who never read the book. They're Christians who say, they're rare. They're not, if a person just says they don't like it, all good. I'm good with that. If a person says you can't be a Christian witch and leave a 1-star review, or whatever the case may be, they never read the book. That's where you get to add your voice. Add your voice. Remember, we said we're engaging. We're leaving reviews, an honest review. I don't mind a 1-star review if you read the book. If you didn't read the book and you just showed up, you can't be a Christian witch. It's horrible. Oh, just no. Don't be deceived. It's nothing but the devil. It's okay. They didn't read the book. The key is you must go and add your voice to the conversation. You see? Because when you add your voice to the conversation, it gives us a full rounded scope of the conversation. The conversation is richer now because you're in it. It's like a buffet. If we just have chicken on a buffet, well, what are we doing? Yes? So please, reviews are important. Reviews are critically important. If you love my books, if you love my work, if you have any of my books, please, 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 just take a couple of minutes, just a couple of minutes. You don't have to write a book. Just log in and just put a review on all of them. Thank you, Journey. Who's next?
Greetings.
Greetings. How you loving, Elida?
How you loving? Greetings to gods and goddesses. And my wig is blown back. I'm just overtaken by emotion, but at the same time, I'm just living a glorious life right now. And so many miracles are taking place as a result. I was here yesterday. I just didn't come on Clubhouse because I was like, Journey, I couldn't come on Clubhouse. But I was able to go on YouTube so I can hear you guys. And I left a comment yesterday on YouTube. So, but the download that I got today from today's lesson and meditation is just so overwhelming. So yesterday, I want to tell you this one thing. Yesterday, I went to go pick up some herbs for my lady, and she was a little irritated, and she said, get your stuff and go. I said, my holiness blesses you within. I just kept standing there. I didn't respond. And then she was packing my stuff, and I said, my holiness blesses you. And I just kept saying it in myself over and over. And then she said, oh, Alina, would you like some of these fruits from the tree? It's just a precious God-given apple. It's beautiful. And then she had some other stuff that was grown and planted. First, she told me to get my stuff and go. And then she started embracing me with love. Then she said, let me help you to the car with all of your things. And then she said, and may you have a safe travel home.
Hello.
I got in my car and I was just laughing. I said, because I used to clap back at her sometimes. There was even no need. There was no bone in my body that was aroused. The first thing that came to me is my blood. My holiness blesses you. So what came to me was shift. Setting habits increases finances and time. Then Spirit gave me the thymus gland. That what's happening in my body is that my thymus gland, which really affects your immune system, is being strengthened through these courses. And I thought, wow, that's awesome. And so I've been breaking words down. And then Spirit gave me the word Adam. So I broke it down from the Latin. The T-O-M means to cut away and to separate. Temper means to cut by. Like I go away, I separate. And Adam means to separate. Like something that's set aside, that's sacred. So you're going away from what does not serve you to become in a more sacred space. That's what these courses are doing for me. And so my money is increasing. I didn't even work this week. I looked up abundance. It means to broaden your giving, to stretch beyond what you think. Wealth means to give from your abundance. Receive means to bring the money back again. I was like, what? So it's the circle.
Yes.
You give, it comes back to you, and it just increases you even more. And so somebody asked me, well, what's the word for obtaining money if you don't have it? And then I said, well, Spirit was giving me, there was no word for that because it's the frequency, it's within you. So it showed me these courses is changing the atoms, which is changing the atmosphere, which is changing places that I go and a shifting. Things are happening as a result of what's happening inside of me.
Right.
And so I'm probably going to be going, I know I'm going to be able to live now from without just always having to go to a corporate setting. So I'm just excited about this. So it said, broaden my giving. That's what abundance is. Stretch my mind. And wealth means to give from my abundance and receive is to bring it back to me again. It's like a circle. And this is a circle of beauty. And thank you so much for allowing me on stage. I'm just really, really excited about this.
Alina, we're going to see you in just 10 days. Is it 10 days?
Yes.
I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait to hug your neck. 9 days to 222. 9 days, family. Oh, it's about to be on. When y'all see who's in the room, oh my God, the light shining so bright from Miami is a light that lights up the world. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And let me know, family, when you look at Christian Witches Manifesto, can you get it in paperback? Let me know if it's showing up in paperback because it looks like it's showing up in paperback, but you'll let me know. Let me know. Look, I'm going on the screen share right now so I can look at the Christian. So far, we have the Christian Witches. And I got to tell you something. How to Be a Christian Witch. That book is revolutionary, and it's definitely not for everyone. It is revolutionary. So you can understand that it upsets a lot of people's sensibilities. It really does. Okay. Oh, you know what it is? The paperback. And let me look at paperback. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll bring out the paperback again. I'll bring out the paperback again. Yeah, I see what's going on here. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I'll bring out the Christian Witches Manifesto on paperback again. And please also, because right now it's available on Kindle. I'm actually expanding it because I'm making I'm in a new vibe now of making coloring books in it, and I love it because I can't never find the coloring book that not that I can't ever find it. I found some really, really nice coloring books. Yet I want something more witchy and mystical. I know there's a lot of witchy coloring books out there too. Maybe I'm looking for something for Christian witches and it's not there. So if you're looking for something and you don't find it, that means you're the one to create it. That's what it means. Mama Neka's love bites. Yay, you're reading it now. Yay. Here's the deal with the Christian Witches Manifesto. It is extremely short and extremely powerful. If you do what it says, don't just read it, oh yeah, okay. Please go through it step by step. It has 10, what do I want to call it? There's 10 aspects to my Christian Witches Manifesto. And then it gives you room to create your own Christian Witches Manifesto. So I'm actually going to recreate it for you. Toni Morrison said, I write the books I want to read. That's exactly right. All right, someone on stage has a hot mic. Who's next?
That was me. We have cleared the room, Rev.
Say that again.
I said the room is clear.
What does that mean?
It means no one else is on stage.
Oh,
there's Ted. There's Ted. Go ahead, Dr. Harmony, go ahead.
I was just going to piggyback off what Alina said about the course, and on day 44, I can definitely say that it does help in an extreme measure with staying in your peace, no matter what is going on in the third dimension. Yesterday I woke up and my cousin who lives in Atlanta, Rev, you know my cousin, we stayed at their home in Atlanta.
That was a fabulous mansion. I like mansions. That was a fabulous mansion.
Fabulous mansion.
Fabulous. Yes.
Rev had like her own suite pretty much.
Oh yeah, they hooked me up. They hooked me up in there. Oh, they hooked me so up. It was fabulous.
So they had reached out to me because my cousin's husband, what he does is he's like the business manager. So he manages pretty much all of the stars' money. So he was going to be in Ohio and he's like, hey, I just wanted to see if you wanted to go to the concert. And I was like, yes. So it was Escape, H-Town, Monica, 112, and one of the guys from Mint Condition. So I was super excited. I was like, yes, I'll come to the concert. He was like, you and someone else. And I just wanted to be able to get on the road and go. So I was like, oh, just me. So since it was like just me, like he invited me to the hotel and I got to like ride in the limo with everybody and just be backstage the entire time, which I was truly excited about. Now I'm not a big TV watcher, so I've never seen an episode of like The Housewives. I wasn't like keeping up with people. Like, so when I say I liked Escape, it was from like when I was 12 years old and listening to their music.
Yeah, that's Miss Candy. Come on, Miss Candy Burris. Come on.
Candy was the only one not there, so Tiny was there, and Tamika and Tasha.
But Candy wasn't there.
But she'll be at the next concert, but for whatever reason she had like something didn't mesh up this time. So I found myself having to like stay in my peace the entire time. I had an amazing time. It was an awesome experience. I was super stoked and super excited. But I'll say, and a lot of the energy was just raw. It was something that I'm not used to. Maybe I'm not used. I don't know. I just feel as though no matter how much money or stardom or fame I ever have, I don't think I will ever like look down on people or treat them less than. And the night before, Friday night, I couldn't fall asleep, so I was listening to Matt Kahn's last video, and he was saying if you're ever in a place or a space where the energy is uncomfortable or people are acting in a way that causes discomfort, just say to yourself, not to them out loud, I respect your sovereignty. And I promise you that mixed with all of the lessons that we've been going through, it like really, I was proud of myself and how I just stayed in my zen and in my peace when people were acting like basically you don't belong. So I know what that really means, and I've done enough work to know, well, how do I feel like I don't belong? So I know that whatever I'm seeing in the third dimension is really a reflection of my own consciousness. So it was just a lot of self-work and self-reflection and self-correction throughout the entire process. But I don't know, like I was talking to my sister afterwards and she was just like telling me about, you know, their lives now. And I'm like, well, I just knew them as Escape because I've never watched a housewife. But ooh, baby, when I tell you they had that housewife energy, and I guess I was ready. I was about to say I wasn't ready, but I was ready. I just didn't expect that.
What's the housewife energy? What is it? What were you perceiving? What were you perceiving?
Like, for example, when I got on the bus, I was so excited. I just said hello, and I went and I sat in my assigned seat. And Tamika basically looked. It was like, ooh, who is this dirty broad getting on the bus type of thing? She's Tony's little cousin. And then so she put the blanket over her face the entire ride, as if I was about to take her picture or something. It was just like the "you do not belong" energy. So I had to really sit with that and understand what it really was in terms of.
I would have had that whole bus meditating. Do we need a meditation? Beloved, are you okay? I would have had that whole bus meditating, girlfriend. Let's have would anyone like a chant before you go on stage? I would have been burning incense. I'd have had the crystals all lit up. Shift that whole bus on a dime. I'll shift this whole bus. Ain't nobody gonna be funky up on this bus, not while I'm on it.
But they was funky.
Ain't nobody gonna be funky when I. This is a no funk zone. No, this is a no funk zone unless we talking about getting down funk, right? We like the funk. Dun, 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 dun. Gotta have that funk. Now that's the kind of funk we go with, but funky like you, like bad attitude, we don't do that. Your life is too good.
It showed me the difference between like diva energy and goddess energy. I don't want diva energy. That was like complete diva energy. I am better than you. Why are you in my presence type of energy? And it just showed me, okay, I need to really truly embrace the goddess energy. And I solemnly swear that no matter how much money I ever have, I would never treat people like that.
But so here's the question. Here's the question. Because we don't know what she was thinking, right? Because we weren't inside her head, yes, and we can't ask her because she's not here, right? In all fairness, right? She's not here, so we can't discuss people that are not here. What were you experiencing?
I still was experiencing my good time. Like how I always say, I'm trying not to let other people's whatever they're going through shift whatever I'm going through. I drove to Columbus, which is 2 hours from Cleveland. I drove there with the intention to have an amazing time, and that's what I had. An amazing time. It was just really funny, like how I just don't keep up with things. I was talking to Tiny after the concert, and I asked if I could have a picture with her, and she was with a man, and he was like, yeah, he was the only really extremely nice one, going out of his way to be nice. And so we take the picture, and then afterwards, like I get in the car, and I was like, I realized, because I had searched something on Google, like how to spell her name. I was like, that was T.I., and I didn't even know it. T.I. was the nicest person.
Oh, so you were with Tiny and T.I., and Tiny was tiny, and T.I. was nice.
Tiny was very tiny.
Tiny is tiny. She's a cute little somebody. And T.I. was being kind and wonderful.
Wonderful, yes.
Beautiful.
So
beautiful.
Of course, all the men, like even the guys from H-Town, all of the men were extremely nice. But that other energy, I was just like, okay. But I was really, because for me that was huge, because if I had ever been in that type of environment in the past, one or two things would have either happened. I would have been in the corner bawling in tears somewhere, or I would have just left. Those were the two reactions I would have had in the past prior to our practice sessions and our meditations and our lessons. It was either, okay, I don't belong, so I'm going to cry in the corner, or okay, I don't belong, so I'm going to get the hell out of here as fast as I can. I would have called an Uber and left. But I was really proud of myself for sitting in it and really doing all the reflection and going within. So I was proud of myself for staying in the energy.
And a question that I have, I apologize, I was unmuted. I just realized that. Question that I have with regard to it. What did you bring with you on the bus?
As far as what?
Energy.
Oh, I was vibing so high. I thought my energy was great. So as far as my energy, I thought I was trying to emit light and love the entire time.
And what was unconscious? Yeah, yes. Well, yes, of course. Consciously, we've chosen love, light. And what was being carried unconsciously onto the bus? See, it's in a backpack. It's behind me. I can't see it. So what was in my backpack?
Well, going through being with you so long, Rev, I already know the answer that I'm supposed to say to this question. So it's going to be whatever was being omitted back out to me. So obviously I was carrying unworthiness in the backpack.
Okay. And you know what's beautiful, family? You can't experience an energy that you're not bringing. Yeah, because it was in my backpack and it was behind me, I couldn't see it. The universe mirrored it to me, showing me something Now, I don't know what Tamika was emanating. We can't speak for Tamika. Tamika's not here. We just sent her love, right? We don't know what was happening for her, right? She could have been not feeling well. We don't know what could have happened. There was a trigger, and the trigger triggered in me feelings of what? What was the trigger of the feelings? What feelings came up?
It was slightly uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say discomfort, if that's a feeling.
Mm-hmm. Uncomfortable in a sense of not good enough, or somehow these people think
Yes.
not good enough. Yeah, a sense of not good enough, a sense of these people have accomplished more than me, and here I am, and what have I accomplished? Like of some kind of comparison kind of thing.
I didn't think. I don't believe I had that thought. For me, it was more like, because again, like, I haven't followed their lives. I just know, for me, it was just like, okay, I understand that you. For me, the whole time, I just was like, yeah, y'all was hot when I was like 12. I'm 40, so I couldn't believe, like, to me, it was like they was carrying like Beyonce energy, and I heard that Beyonce is like the nicest person ever. So for me, I just was confused. I don't know. I guess because honestly, I had 2 hours to drive there and be all pumped and excited and hyped about this whole experience. And I was just like, oh, okay, that was definitely different than what I had envisioned. Wasn't like a bad different, it was just a bit different. And I guess I got to see my own growth in it. But I don't think it was a comparison, because really, beside, like I said, I've never watched any of the reality TV. I didn't even know about all of their recent accomplishments until like afterwards, after I kind of looked it up. But like at that time, I had none of that knowledge. So for me, it was just somebody that they were just people that I had like jigged to growing up. So I don't know. To me, it just seemed like somebody that, I hate to say this, but somebody that used to be like so big. I didn't. So for me, their energy didn't match in my mind what I felt like their starter is in this moment. And again, that could be completely wrong, because I wasn't a groupie. I wasn't following their lives. I didn't even know anything about any of their lives current day. I just loved all of the music.
Okay, so there was already a story in the mind before going into the space. Like, I'm just looking at myself, and how, when I enter a space, how do I already have a story in my mind about the space, about the people in the space, about how they should show up? Is that what is happening? I just want to know what your experience was, just what was your experience? So your experience was, I heard the unworthiness experience because there was a sense I felt less than, some kind of way. Was that what came up? Less than.
Well, absolutely, because
Okay.
even if I had known Friday that I was going, I would have been cute, but I would have been ready. I would have like a new outfit. I would have been like dressed immediately. But I didn't. I had like a 30-minute window to get ready. So I mean, like, I felt like I was cute, but like cute. I don't know. So probably a little bit of less than, because and then like when I was on my way, I had people like, I've talked to my sister and I talked to my best friend, and everybody said the same thing, like, well, what are you wearing? Did you get a cute outfit? I'm like, I have time for a cute outfit. I had time to get dressed and go. I mean, like, I always wear a dress, but it wasn't a new dress, So yeah, probably a little bit of less than.
Okay, so less than can only come from comparison, because there has to be a measure to find ourselves less than that measure. So less than and comparison are always together, because What are we less than? It's a relational issue. Does everyone see that? It's relational. I see Beyonce. I feelings of insecurity and not enoughness or less than come up because Beyonce is the trigger. Beyonce just walked in the room. She's accomplished this, that, and the other. People make things up in the mind, even though all souls are completely equal in power and infinity and everything else. Your expression is different on the third dimension as well. It should be. So less than is always going to be relational, yes, to something else. Yes. Is that
Yes.
part? And it would appear that maybe there was already a story in the mind about these people and about how they should show up and about their lives. And there's also a story going on about me and my sense of worth and worthiness within myself. And so then I got on the bus with all that in my backpack. I don't know. I don't want to say that that's what it was for you. I'm asking. I'm just asking.
I guess I would agree that there was a story in my mind because on my way there, I was expecting nice people. So I guess there was definitely
How would you define nice?
people that treat people like humans.
And why would there be an assumption that anyone would be nice?
You're right. That was my bad. It was my bad.
No, I'm just wondering, was it connected to because they were going to perform, then you would expect them to be nice? I don't know what gave
I expect
rise.
everybody to be nice at first until I give them a reason not to be.
Okay, so that is also a perception. I expect people to be nice. And in my mind, nice means treat people like a human.
Yes.
So what does that mean? Treat people like a human. What does that mean in your mind? Like I just want to know the story, the setup of the story, because each of us have a different story set up in our minds. What does it mean in your mind? Treat people like a human. What does that mean?
I don't know, kindness, compassion, those type of words. And I was going to say not treat them like a dog, but I love my dogs. And I treat my dogs really well. So I guess I would say not treat them like a rat. Because I feel as though just, I don't know, kindness and compassion, I feel like should be the starting point anywhere you go.
Yet, do you find that kindness and compassion are not the starting point for some people?
For some people, yes.
Okay. And does it matter if kindness and compassion is your starting point and your end point?
No, I feel like one of the things that I've learned in this spiritual community is let people be whoever they are. Whether it's kind or not, if that's who they are, then that's who they are. And I have to just stay with who I am. So I feel like that was my big moment. Because like I said, any other time that in the past that I've been treated like I was treated yesterday, I would either ran away or I would have just been someplace crying in the closet. I don't know. But I felt like I knew who I was, regardless of the energy that I felt was directed towards me.
Okay. And Miss Audrey on YouTube has a comment. Hey, Miss Audrey, how you loving? Miss Audrey is one of our beautiful members. Miss Audrey says, how do we know Tiny was going inside herself and eliminating all that is around her? We can't assume anything. Bless Tiny's journey that she raised her children well with love through love around. Firstly, Miss Audrey, she wasn't referring to Tiny. So we're putting that clarification because this is a public forum. And we're putting that clarification in the chat. She wasn't referring to Tiny. She was talking to someone else. So she did take pictures with Tiny. And you got your pictures with Tiny. And T.I. was wonderful. Yeah.
Y'all can click on my face and click on my Instagram and see my picture.
Okay. So she click on her face on Clubhouse and then click over to her Instagram. And you got the picture of you and Tiny posted?
Yeah, me and Tiny and Instagram from H-Town. Because when I was a little girl, you couldn't tell me Shazam was not my man.
Girl, and you finally manifested Shazam from H-Town. Come on now.
I was like, he was mine.
OMG. I love it. I love it. I love it. So remember, so in to have the facts of the case straight, yeah, she wasn't referring to her. Okay, Miss Audrey. Miss Audrey was about to take you out. She's like, now wait a minute. Don't be talking about Tiny, okay? Because Tiny got love. It wasn't about Tiny.
Like I said, like there were people like falling out over, like women falling out. Like I didn't know. Because like I said, I've never watched any shows, so I didn't know about the Tiny thing. But like when I tell you, they were screaming, falling out the entire time that they were on stage. So yeah, okay, I see why she was coming for me if she thought I was talking about her. But no, I wasn't.
Girl, no, don't play with Tiny and T.I. too. And we love T.I.
She was on her own bus. Her and T.I. had their own bus.
I know that's right, Tiny and T.I. Because they are Tiny and T.I. after all, okay? So, and they got their kids and all that. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. But here's the deal. Miss Audrey said, okay, you get a pass, Harmony, because Miss Audrey was coming for your neck, okay? She thought you was talking about T.I. Okay, and Tiny. Okay, we're not talking about Tiny and T.I. What we are talking about is not anyone else. We're not talking about anyone else that was on the bus, because your experience is your experience, and you're not having this experience with anyone other than yourself. You're not having family. You're not having any experience with anyone. Are your feelings across the street when that person is looking at you? You think that person is looking at you mean? They're mugging you. Are your feelings over there across the street? Are you the one having the experience within yourself? And aren't you the only one having that exact experience? You're the only one having that exact experience. Now, if a tsunami was coming, we might have a collective experience of run, fear, or move. We might be having a collective experience. A tsunami is coming. I'm sitting on a bus. I'm the only one in that experience. Yes, Harmony? Is it safe to say you were the only one in that experience? Because it's your experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody was having their own experience.
Exactly. And we cannot say what anyone else's experience is. And we cannot say what anyone else does. So we completely don't look at other people, and we could say, I got on the bus and something happened and I noticed that I was feeling less than. I noticed that I became aware feelings of inadequacy or not enough or unworthiness or whatever the experience is that you are having in the moment, which has nothing to do with anyone else. And your experience is always valid because you're the one having the experience. Yes, family? So pay attention to your experience without delving into it, right? Without getting all sucked into the story of it. Pay attention to it. Give attention to yourself. Give loving attention to yourself. You walk in the room, you say, I'm going to be scanning myself when I go to this Bitcoin conference. Pardon me, I'm going to a Bitcoin conference in March after I teach at Quantum Manifestation and Never Work Again retreat. I'm going to be going after a while to Vegas. And I'm going to scan myself and see. If you scan yourself, you can see what stories you carry around in your head. Just walk into a room full of people. And what do you experience? Just scanning. And remember, you're not the one that is the experience. You are the one watching the experience. Oh, I see on the screen of consciousness, there is less than. These people are smarter than me. They know more than me. I haven't accomplished this, that, and the other. Oh, I'm famous for having those kind of feelings. Who thinks and knows that I'm having those kind of experiences other than what I'm emanating? People don't know your experience unless you emanate it. And the only way that they would notice it and be able to recognize it is if they had the same matching vibration. We're back to the G strings on the guitars. You walk into a guitar shop, guitars all around. You pluck the G string on one guitar, plucking the G string on one guitar. G strings on all the guitars begin to strum. Two tuning forks Both still, you hit one tuning fork, ding, the other tuning fork on the other side of the room begins to ring, ding, ding. You didn't hit it. It's a matching vibration. It's a matching frequency. It wouldn't ding if the resonance was not matching. So when we plucked the G string on the guitar, all the other G strings began to swing. I saw this the other day on TV with a piano. Someone was playing some instrument or something, and it was the same chord, and that string in the piano began to. This is vibration, this is sound, energy, frequency. So I am emitting a frequency when I walk into every space, and I must be aware that I am emitting a frequency when I walk into the space. True? So could you say in the frequency that I was emitting when I walked on the bus of all these amazing performers? People are amazing. People love their music. Could we say that when I walked on the bus, I was emitting a mixed frequency? Consciously, I was emitting a frequency of love, light, beauty, truth, happiness. I've just been on A Course in Miracles. Subconsciously, the stuff that I have not dealt with, I was also emitting a frequency of not good enough, less than. Is that possible?
Yes.
All right. All right. That's all you need to know. Lovely. Did you have a good time?
I had an amazing time.
Girl, come on.
It was so much fun. I often find myself backstage at concerts, and I love that VIP feeling.
Oh, yes.
The first time I was backstage at a concert was Megan Thee Stallion and the Baby, and that was definitely hype. But I loved this experience even more because it was, I don't want to say more relaxed, but that's kind of what I want to say. Like, it was just a feeling of...
But remember, it wasn't one way or the other. Used it as. I experienced this as. We don't know what anything is. We're simply having experiences, right?
Yeah, definitely from my experience. So I experienced this particular backstage event as just like zen, I guess, because it was an older crowd. I guess that's probably the biggest differentiation. So for me, definitely a great time. I got to meet a lot of amazing people. I got to talk to a lot of people that have done things that are on my wish list to do. It was a great time. It was so funny how I manifested magic. The guy that was doing hair. And it was funny because I was talking to my best friend on the way, and I was like, best friend, I saw this video on Instagram, and this girl, she had a wax stick, and she was waxing the wig, and then she took a hot comb. It was a plugged-in hot comb, not the hot comb on the stove, and then she combed the wig with the hot comb. I said, I don't know what she was doing, but it looks like it made the wig on fleek. And when I walked into their dressing room, there was Magic Mike, and I jumped. I said, is that a wax stick? And he was wax sticking the wig with the hot comb. So I got my whole tutorial over it, and it was so funny because I had just said on my way there, I needed to know what that was all about. And it was just amazing experience after amazing experience. I wouldn't have traded it for the world. And even in the uncomfortability, I was grateful for that too. Mm-hmm. No matter what arises, I try to love it. And I feel as though I walked away proud of myself for holding my own energy and space. Even though I was carrying stuff in my backpack. And even at the time, I was like, okay, because I heard it 3 or 4 times. So what are you going to wear? I'm like, I wore clothes in my closet. You didn't go get a new outfit? No. I didn't have time for all of that. I just wore clothes in my closet. So it was a lot of that. Yes, getting on a tour bus with famous people and you're just in regular clothes out your closet. So there probably was a little bit of less than in that feeling. Although I felt like I was on cloud 9.
I love that acknowledgement and the awareness, because above all else, I want to see. And above all else, I want to see clearly. I want to see clearly what I'm doing, what I'm thinking. I want to see clearly how what I'm bringing is causing me to experience is coloring my experience. I want to see how I create these things, because when I see it, I'm a master. Because then you can consciously choose and do other things. You know, one of the things about it too, hey, Tatiana, hey, Kashari. Kashari, I hope I'm saying your name right. Hey, loves, hey, loves, hey, loves. One of the things that is really critical to understand, there's no other. So I know we say that a lot in spirituality. We say that a lot. Quantum physics says it too. If everything is emergent from the one field, right? And then it goes into the one field again, and it emerges into the one field. And there's one field, and things are emerging and coming into the one field. If whatever emerges from the one field, isn't it still the one? So you're still talking to yourself. It's all one. There's no other. There's no other. Family, there's no other. Quantum physics proves it. Quantum physics proves what spirituality has been saying for eons. Spirituality has been saying it for eons. We're all one. We're in this infinite, maybe I even think the First Nations of North America, I think they call it the web. It's like grandmother spider weaves a web, and we're all in grandmother spider's web. So it's just a way of saying it, if I'm applying that correctly, that parable correctly. Let me know if I'm not, because I'm willing to be wrong and be corrected, that we're all in this one thing together. We're in one thing. I do want to give a shout out to all the people that are taking a stand right now for freedom on the planet. I want y'all to understand something. This course is a required course. Why? Because if you don't master your mind, do you know that there are despots and power mongers, fear mongers, and all manner of forces in principalities in upper realms that will take charge and dominion of your mind, fill it with fear, so that you will never stand on your own and be your own self-sovereign being. Please be sovereign. Be sovereign with your money. Get Bitcoin. Understand how to transact with Bitcoin. Be sovereign with your health. Heal your body from within, or go to where intuition tells you to go. Do not be robotic. Well, I got to get a primary care physician. Well, I got to get this insurance. Well, I got to get this medicine. Well, I got to get this jab. Well, I got to, without taking sovereignty. Because we have already seen over these last 2 years that there are beings, and this goes beyond human beings. There are principalities in heavenly places that want to hijack your mind and use you for a battery. They told us in the Matrix. That's why the Christian Witches Convention this year, the theme is the Matrix. Take sovereignty of your mind, your body, your emotions, your health, your wealth, your family, your finances. Take sovereignty. Be a sovereign being. No one can rule a sovereign being. No one can tell a sovereign being what to do, and everybody knows it. I think the world is getting a taste of power to the people. We are seeing, when I was looking yesterday at some of the things that I saw with freedom all over the world, freedom uprisings all over the world, I say, wow, reminds me of the Bolshevik revolution. Did anyone see the Bolshevik revolution on Netflix? Watch the revolution of the Bolsheviks. It was bloody. It was very bloody. It was very horrible. And that's not what we have now. I love how humanity has ascended. We no longer do things bloody. We see that we can dance in the streets and be free. I mean, I literally see people dancing in the streets. I see people happy. Happy. And it's hard for the despots and the tyrants, petty tyrants, who are not even masters of themselves, petty tyrants who get minions to do their dirty work for them. You're always going to have minions around that can do dirty work for tyrants. Tyrants have to have minions because a tyrant can't go out and be petty and tyrannical to everybody. They have to have minions. So, it's all very funny to me because while they were saying, you have to do this and you have to do that, I was looking at them like, that whole thing when I was little, all I got to do is stay black and die. They came up to me, it's like, no, I don't have to do any of it. And I'm not going to do any of it. But I opted out early on. I was like, oh, I'm not going to participate in that. I'm not going to do that. When you see crazy, go the other way. Withdraw your energy from it. Don't participate. You're a sovereign being. You're free. Why did everybody think they had to listen to everything somebody else told them? And the person that was telling you to do it doesn't even know you. They don't know you, your finances, your circumstances, your health, your personal situation. Higher self does, but you trust somebody over higher self. I think that's why we had the great resignation. People were like, fuck it, I'm out, peace out. I'm out. It's too much. I want to tell you what to eat, what doctor to go to, what to jab, what to take, when to take it, and we're going to jab you again, we're going to jab you again, we're going to jab you again, and we're going to jab your kids, we're going to max your kids. Oh my God. Please go and look at those videos on YouTube where they are announcing to the kids the end of mask mandates. Why would you put a big old scarf around your child's mouth and nose? To keep them safe. They're fucking breathing carbon dioxide, or what is it, carbon dioxide? What comes out when you breathe? What comes out? It's poisonous. What comes out when you breathe that the trees take in? Is it carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide? I get those two conflated. Do you know, Dr. Denise Bacchus, do you know which one it is?
It's carbon dioxide.
Oh, thank you. It's carbon dioxide. So you have something over your face and mouth. Common sense would tell you don't do that to your children, but we got to keep them safe. Okay. You see, the beauty of this is you have choice. You can do anything you want. Ask your child, do they want to walk around like this all day long? Ask your child. Ask your child. Ask your child. Ask all the children. But I have to keep them safe. Okay, just ask them. It's just a question. When they were telling those kids, did you see those kids in Israel? And they told the kids, you don't have to wear your mask anymore. Them kids were like, wah! The kids jumped up all at once. You would have thought Santa Claus just stepped in the room. They were ripping them masks. They were throwing them in the trash. Then they showed another classroom. Guess what? Starting tomorrow, no more masks. Wah! Kids were going crazy. Come on, family. When I see a 2-year-old with a piece of something over their mouth and nose, I'm like, oh my God, where's humanity going? Where are we going? I was having a lot of experiences. And I had to come in to remind myself many times, sovereignty, you are a sovereign being. You are a sovereign being.
You'll be happy to know that they lifted the mask mandate in Vegas on Friday. So when you go there for the Bitcoin conference, you won't have to worry about that.
Girl, I wasn't worried about it anyway. I think that's why it happened because, look, we were in the Telegram for the Bitcoin conference. We were in the Telegram group. There's hundreds of people in this Telegram group, right? So we're in this Telegram group and people are like, yeah, do they have a mask mandate? You can see different experiences that people are having, right? And for the most part, people are like, fuck the mask, for the most part, because that's how this crowd is. This crowd is a sovereign crowd. And it's not about a mask or don't have a mask. It's not about a jab or don't have a jab. It's not about doctors, pills, this, that, and the other. It is about you staying in your sovereignty and expressing the freedom you were born with. If you choose to do something, that is your choice, not coercion, not force, and not fear-mongering, and not hiding the facts, not censorship. We've just seen a lot of interesting things on planet Earth. And I love it because it's a revelation. Because we didn't know all this rot was at the core. Like, wow, we really have a reorganization on planet Earth to do. Now everything's up for grabs. How are we going to do health? How are we going to do education? How are we going to do, we're in a whole new world. How are we going to do politics? How are we going to do governance? We're in a whole new world. We have technology. Humanity is going through a vast awakening, like a big, We're dealing with all this stuff all at once. So the key is that if you stay in your sovereignty, you are staying in your power. So this whole idea of the Bolshevik Revolution, I watched it on Netflix and I was very fascinated by it. You know why I was fascinated by it? And I see the same thing again because history repeats itself until it doesn't. History repeats itself until we learn the lessons. Obviously, we haven't learned, some people haven't learned some lessons because I look at what's going on and it is fascinating because tyrants really never get the people that they're being tyrants over. It's shocking. It's shocking. Tyrants, they really, you can't blame a tyrant too much because their experience is so far removed from quote unquote the people they rule over. Now, nobody rules over you because I'm under no laws but God's, as of course Miracles teaches. Tyrants, they're really out of touch. I'll give you an example. This Bolshevik family thought they were gods. And so they were in the palace, people not eating, but they got gold dripping, gold. I mean, why do tyrants always do the same thing? I don't understand why tyrants always do the same thing. They're dripping with gold, the people are starving. They're eating the cake, and the big people don't have bread. I mean, and then they're surprised when the people storm the castle. Tyrants, you don't get it, do you? Literally, tyrants really don't get it. So you have to have love and compassion for tyrants. Why? Because everything in this world is love or call for love. Tyrants are calling for love. And what is the response? Love. Love doesn't mean giving in to tyrants. Love means standing in your power and authority and sovereignty and knowing that everyone else, you're God and everyone's God. So it's very fascinating what we see unfolding on the planet. That's why we do this work every single morning. Stay in your self sovereignty. Stay. Understand you're in a matrix. Go to the quantum field. Live your life from the quantum field. Don't get caught up in anything left, right, this, that, up, down, da. Everything has an opposite. Everything is a tennis match on the third dimension. You just keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There's no way out of it if you stay in it. You must rise above it to infinite love. Infinite love didn't experience any of these things. Infinite power didn't experience any of these things. What are you more identified with? The third dimension or your infinitude? Your unkillability, your unstoppability, your immortality, your divinity, your holiness. What do you take as the real you? Your holiness or your stunt double, known as the body and the personality? Queen Hadassah, Galactic Signature.
Wonderful. This has been such a delicious, my headphones are up, a delicious conversation, and thank you, Harmony. I mean, this is mastery, and when you're able to look at yourself and focus on what you're doing, I believe for me that levels me up. So today we are Kin 166, White Planetary World Bridger. We are in the white family today. The Truth Clan. I perfect in order to equalize, producing opportunity. I seal the store of death with the planetary tone of manifestation. I am guided by the power of timelessness. I perfect in order to equalize, producing opportunity. I seal the store of death with the planetary tune of manifestation. I am guided by the power of timelessness. I perfect in order to equalize, producing opportunity. I seal the store of death with the planetary tone of manifestation. I am guided by the power of timelessness. White Planetary World Bridger. That's our galactic signature for the day.
Beautiful. You know how we do every morning? Send some love all over. Send some love. Love y'all.
Love to Luz. Thank you.
Happy